Hey, welcome to TruckU. Today we're rolling in this '07 Duramax. Truck's running great except for one thing. The guy that owns it said his EGTs, his exhaust gas temperatures, are running a little bit higher than he'd like. So what we did, we bring it out, give it a little test drive. He's got the Edge programmer in there so we can actually keep an eye on everything, which is nice and easy. So we're going to bring it out here and see if there's something we can't do about that.
Yeah, we're on the fly right now, pulling a pretty light load, and we're seeing numbers as high as, well, there's 1250, and I think best thing we should do is get off right here, go back to the shop, and got a couple ideas maybe we can fix this.
Now today, it's all about lowering those exhaust gas temperatures. That's what we want to accomplish. And one of the things that we can install on this truck to accomplish that is right here. It's this methanol injection kit. We got a nice kit here today from Labani Motorsports. And you take a look at this, there's a lot of things laid out. And if you didn't know any better, you might say, man, that's a lot of stuff going on. It's a little intimidating, but don't worry about it. It's not so bad.
Yeah, once you get into it, it's really pretty much straightforward. You've got to drill a couple holes, a couple 1/8 inch pipe taps, and do some wiring. And the system is pretty much complete. You've got the fuel pump, which is really the heart of the whole system, because that's what's going to deliver your methanol water mix to your solenoids, which will go through these little injectors. And what we're talking about really is like a spray mist, like you see at a restaurant.
Right.
We're misting basically down the inside of the intake manifold.
Keeps you cool.
And the way it does it is through this little brain. And what it does, it takes a boost reading on this side, intake pressure, and it tells these electric solenoids when to open and close to shut off our mix of methanol and alcohol. And all this is operated by these little wires here. So it gets the reading, fires these, cools down the engine. And you've got all your wires, the rest of the wiring harness to go, and your ties, and it's a pretty simple deal.
So you might be saying to yourself, okay, well, what do I get out of this, right? What kind of gains do I accomplish
What
from
do you
installing?
get out of it? I like
Not
that.
me personally, but in your vehicle, well, here's what you're going to get. You're talking about increased horsepower, up to 50 increased horsepower, right?
Yeah,
that's big.
huge.
And we're trying to lower those EGTs, and we're going to do that by about 250 degrees. Now, is this some kind of magic, right? Am I asking you? No, it's nothing big like that. I got to tell you, what it does essentially, how it all works is like you were saying. The pump pulls the mixture right from there, sprays it, or actually the injectors will spray it, and like you said, boom, that catalyst, that methanol is a catalyst to make the fuel burn more efficiently, and the water keeps the whole system cool, man. It's just that simple.
You can also anticipate getting better fuel economy, up to 3 to 5 more miles per gallon, which for whatever it is per gallon, diesel fuel, that's a huge savings.
No doubt. All right, enough talking. Let's get this baby in. This 6-gallon tank will mount back here, and that's what's going to hold our methanol and water mixture. Now, you might be saying to yourself, well, how much of this am I going to go through? Well, here's a good rule of thumb to keep in mind. For every 30 gallons of diesel fuel that you're going to go through, you'll go through about 5 gallons of mixture. So just keep that in mind when you're going down the road. That way you can keep an eye on everything. Now, another issue that we had back here is the fact that this toolbox is a little bit shallow, not quite deep enough for this tank right here. So we had to get in here and do a little bit of surgery, and we're almost done. Now you take a look down in here. I've just got to finish this cut right down here. I'll get that done and out of the way. But in the meantime, I went next door and talked to our boys with the metal shop, and I had them throw me together this little tray. Now this is going to work nicely. Once our hole's cut out, that will sit right down in there. It's got the hole in the middle of it right there for our fuel lines to go down. Then our tank will fit in nice and snug, and we'll be able to close the toolbox. Now here's the reason we're doing that. It's a weird world we're living in. Just the other day I had a gas tank in the back of my truck, and I turned my back for about 5 minutes. I came back and the gas tank was gone, and I was highly ticked. Now my wife said, Matt, he just needed the gas worse than you did. I don't know, she was trying to calm me down. I was still pretty hot, and I don't want that to happen to this guy. So we'll get it all in there. That way we can lock everything down, lock the toolbox, and he doesn't have to worry about any dirtbag walking away with anything.
All right, so here's where we're at. We got a lot of groundwork done. Put a hole in the bottom for our little fitting. This is going to be our supply line to our fuel pump. On the side, we've got put in place our fuel sending unit, so we'll know how much actual methanol and water mix we've got in our tank. And we've gone ahead and put these little brackets in place underneath so we can hold it in place. What's nice is this whole thing is going to be hidden away inside this lock box. Put our bungee cords over the top, like so. And that'll keep it from moving around when we go down the road. This closes up nice and clean installation, and it's locked, so we won't have to worry about anybody walking off with it. We're gonna take a break. When we come back, we're gonna be underneath the hood because we got a couple holes we need to put in that intake manifold.